All right, guys. Hey, what's up? Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's having a great time. In this video, I want to talk about several points that I have about why YouTube tip guides do not work, not the way you think they do, at least. All right. So, anyways, first point I want to make is they are not you. The people that make these videos, they like did a certain process, and maybe this is their like 100th channel that they've made, and they've figured it out, for them, right? And they want to share everything they did to make it successful. And why wouldn't you want to watch it, right? Because everybody loves. I'm not just trying to be incendiary in this video, but like I am so tired of watching all of these tip guide videos and none of them, and all of them saying, first of all, the same exact thing, and this is what you got to do to be successful. But I feel like I'm stuck in a multi-level marketing scheme like I was back in 2012 when I signed up for Amway. And all of a sudden, I have $500 worth of blenders being shipped to my door that I'm supposed to try to send to somebody else. Okay? I think, and tip guides are useful, like in some ways, right? Like I said, that not in the way that you think they are, I think at least, because there's no formula. Like let me just paint it black and white for you. There is no formula for you. Like there's a formula maybe kind of for anybody. Like, that's a black, like here's the best way to put it. Everything I'm going to give you right here is about 10%, and they're going to make it sound like if you do every single one of these little tiny things, you're going to be successful. But I'm telling you right now, I do not think it's the case at all. Like what you really need to do is put in the hard work, dedication, and discipline to refining, and this whatever, type of thing you want to do, refining the actual product that you are trying to put out. Because at the end of the day, you like Mr. Beast put this in his video. He says like you have to watch 100 videos or make 100 videos, and then you can start thinking about getting likes on your videos, because he said they're not good. The first ones that you put out are not going to be good whatsoever, and I completely agree with that. And I could see now, like even now, I'm starting to look at the videos I make, and I'm like, yeah, that was terrible. Like, I can't believe I made those. But like, I'll probably look back at this video in the future and consider the same thing, where it's like, so okay, that brings me to my second point, that the times are changing, right? So I even wrote it down here. I'm getting used to reading a script, but by the time you watch their tip guide, that information that got them to that point is gonna be like, at least some of it is gonna be not relatable like anymore. And if it is, then again, it's like, do you think that if you started right now, like hindsight's 2020, right? Like if you started right now and did the exact same thing that they're talking about, would you have the same results that they did? And it's like, I think speaking with conviction and saying like, oh yeah, like this is exactly the way you got to do it, like that is gonna work. That's gonna convince people, right? But like I said, I got caught up in people convincing me what is the right way to do something, right? The right way to have your own small business, right? And everybody will tell you that. Everybody wants to tell you that their way is the right way, and this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing right, and maybe some people, a lot of people are genuinely wanting to try to help, but wouldn't you say maybe half of everybody isn't? I'd say, when you think in psychology, they call it the Likert scale, where it's strongly disagree and strongly agree, right? If you had these people fill out a questionnaire, you'd probably see that some of their opinions are to one side versus the other, right? Like, I don't know. I'm not, obviously this is just data I'm talking about here. But so yeah, I think most people are kind of skewed in the reason that they make things, you know what I mean? Or maybe that's just my interpretation, but I think people are inherently good, but not everybody, right? Obviously. So yeah, the times are changing. I also think that something of value takes time, like really time to earn. And Mr. Beast, again, don't take it from me, take it to him. He says it's much easier to get it's a lot easier to get 500,000 views on one video instead of 50,000 views on 100 videos. And I consider that. It's like the whole going viral thing doesn't matter at the end of the day if you want to like sustainably do something, it's like, okay, imagine if, here's the best way to put it. Imagine if you make a full court shot, or, half court shot with a blindfold on, and make it into the basket on a basketball court. Does that mean that you should be in the NBA? Like, no, but yeah, it's like incredible that one off, but like, do it again. Go ahead, do it again. Do it 100 more times. And then, it's like, then I think maybe you're going to have an actual sort of like good groundwork to base yourself off of there. And like, you can rest assured that this isn't going to go away. You're doing this now, and this is, you're just up and up and up. And you might have some downs, right? Like everybody, I expect to have some downs as well, but then you go back up, down, up, down, up. All right. And then so, yeah, I already covered that third point, I think, where I, like, so you might consider this and tell me, well, dude, just because it didn't work for you doesn't mean that it's not going to work for somebody else. And that's like really that's kind of one of the biggest points I'm trying to make here is it can't work for you because I know it's really appealing to look at somebody else's success and say, "Oh God, I wish that was me. I wish I had I wish I had everything that they have. Wouldn't it just be so easy then?" But it's not the case because it's like, I think being successful isn't about like the things that you wind up getting, but it's more so like the person that you become at the end of it. Like, why are you doing this? Are you doing something for the right reason or the wrong reason? And then it's like, well, obviously, there's this saying, right? It's easier to cry in a Ferrari, or whatever. It's like, it's pretty hard to cry when you're on a jet ski. But, I always consider that, like, when you look at, like, Moist Critical, Charlie, he started off his thing saying he's going to donate all of the money that he made, because he just wanted to, like, have fun and keep doing what he's doing. And I, like, extremely admire that. I really admire a lot of the things he does. Especially, I mean, he's a short guy like me, he's kind of my role model. No, but no, seriously. So that's what I'm saying. It's like these tip guides, they can't work for you. You can only get like bits and pieces of things. Like, you're sure, like a little bit of an editing trick, a little bit of like this here and there, but like only you are going to know whether that is like the right thing for you. I'm almost 30 years old, and I used to think I knew what I wanted, and then you go in that direction, and then you quickly realize several times over and over and over again that is not what you wanted. It is not what you're supposed to be doing. But the only way you're ever going to figure that out, it's not by listening to somebody else. It's not going to be like your parents telling you what to do. It's not going to be your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, girlfriend. It's going to come from you. You are the only one who knows what's best for you. And that's what I'm saying about the entire thing with the YouTube tip guides. Because I'm happy it worked for that person. I wonder if maybe they watched a tip guide on how to make a tip guide. They probably did. Maybe I'll make a tip guide once I'm successful, and I'll say, this is exactly what I did. And then maybe one day the algorithm can put all of the tip guides together, and we can find out exactly why none of them work. All right, thanks, guys.